Hi everyone, this is Virginia. In this video, we're going to make chocolate raspberry tarts. These are deceptively simple and they look so incredibly fancy, and they're perfect for Valentine's Day and a great recipe for beginners. Let's start by adding 24 sandwich cookies to our food processor. We're going to pulse these until we have fine crumbs. To these cookie crumbs, I'm adding 57 grams of melted butter, and I'm weighing out and adding 28 grams of powdered sugar. I'm going to continue pulsing this until everything is mixed and there's no big chunks of cookie left. We want this to have the consistency of wet sand. So whether you're using one large tart pan or individual tart pans like this, we're going to want to grease it and make sure our cookie crust will release. I'm adding a 1/4 cup of crumbs to each tart pan. I'm going to end up having crumbs left over, and I'll save those for other purposes like ice cream topping, or stirring some crumbs and strawberries into Greek yogurt would be really delicious. I'm pressing the crumbs firmly into the little tart pans. You could use just about anything for this. The back of a spoon, your fingers, a glass works really well too. A cookie crust like this doesn't necessarily need to be baked, so if you want to have a no-bake version of this recipe, you can skip that step, but I'm going to bake them to make them extra crunchy and then also give them some more stability to hold up to the fillings. My baked tart shells are cooling, and while they're doing that, I'm going to make the ganache. I'm heating up 284 grams of heavy cream. I don't want to get that to a boil. I don't even want to get it to a simmer. I just want to see some movement in the liquid. So while that's warming up, I'm chopping my high-quality chocolate and putting that in a heat-proof bowl. I'm going to pour this heated heavy cream over the chocolate in my heat-proof bowl and just keep stirring. It may look like it's never going to come together, but there's this magical moment where it all starts turning into a smooth, shiny ganache. It's very satisfying. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of a simple store-bought raspberry jam to these tarts. Just this simple step of adding a layer of jam really elevates the final product. It makes it seem like a much more elaborate dessert than it really was. We're going to fool everybody. Let's add a 1/4 cup of ganache to each tart pan. I'll end up having some leftovers, but just like the crumbs, I'll find something to do with it. Maybe dip some strawberries. And by adding this ganache while it's still slightly warm, we're going to be able to spread it a little easier and still keep it nice and smooth and shiny. We want to go ahead and add our raspberries while the ganache is still soft so that they can be pressed in a little bit and hold in place better. After we've added raspberries to every tart, we're going to put this in the refrigerator to chill for a few hours until the ganache sets. This will make it easier to remove them from the tart pans and serve them later. With fully set ganache, we're able to remove these from the tart pans and set them out for serving. The wonderful thing about this recipe, besides it's super easy, is that it's very customizable. If you're a fan more of strawberries than raspberries, use strawberry jam and use strawberries on top. This particular combination of raspberries and dark chocolate is inspired by my lifelong friend Angela. Anytime we get together, I can always count on her to have raspberries and dark chocolate around for snacking. And there we go. A little bit of raspberry jam, some lovely chocolate ganache, fresh raspberries on top. I believe your loved ones are going to really be impressed by this dessert, and they will never know just how simple it actually was if you don't tell them. Thank you for joining me in the kitchen today. If you try this recipe, tag me on Instagram. There's a link in the description below. I'd love to see your creations. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more delicious recipes. Thank you for watching. I'm Virginia, and happy baking.